Assalamualaikum, my name is Fitriani and I will be presenting question 1, where we are required to identify the statutory condition under the Employment Act 1955 that allow Normala to commence her maternity leave before her expected date of confinement. The issue is whether Normala satisfies this condition to commence her maternity leave 1 week before her expected date of confinement. And under Section 37 of the Employment Act 1955, a female employee is entitled to 98 days of maternity leave, and there are two key conditions for commencements. First, under Section 37, subsection 1, paragraph B, maternity leave may commence at any time within 30 days before the expected date of confinement. Secondly, under the proviso to Section 37, subsection 1, paragraph B, if a registered medical practitioner certifies that the employee is unable to work within 40 days before the confinement, the leave must commence immediately. In this case, Normala requested to start her maternity leave 7 days before her expected delivery, which is within the 30 days period. She was also medically unwell 10 days before the delivery and was advised by her doctor to take bed rest, and this satisfied the 40 days condition. She also informed her employer of her intention to take leaves. Although her supervisor was dissatisfied due to production concerns, this does not override her statutory rights, and in conclusion, Normala satisfies all the statutory conditions and is legally entitled to commence her maternity leave early. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay guys, moving on to the second question. The first one here is entitlement to maternity leave. So under the Employment Act 1955, female employees are entitled to 98 consecutive days of paid maternity leave. This protection allows mothers to recover after childbirth and spend time caring for their babies. So it also helps promote the health and well-being of both mother and the child. Next is maternity allowance. Female employees are also entitled to receive maternity allowance during their maternity leave. This financial support helps mothers to maintain their income while they are unable to work. So as a result, it reduces financial stress and provides greater security for the family during their maternity leave.
For the third point is protection from dismissal during maternity period. Under the Employment Act 1955, female employees are protected from dismissal during the maternity period. Employers are not allowed to terminate a woman's employment while she is on maternity leave or because of her pregnancy and childbirth-related conditions. This protection helps prevent discrimination against working mothers and provide job security, allowing them to focus on recovery and caring for their newborn baby without worrying about losing their job. For the last point, right to determine commencement of maternity leave. Female employees also have the right to determine when their maternity leave begins under the Employment Act 1955. Maternity leave can start within 30 days before the expected date of confinement or on the day of childbirth. This flexibility allows mothers to make decisions based on their health condition and medical advice. It also ensures that the well-being of mother is prioritized while supporting a more family-friendly workplace environment.
Under Section 42 of the Employment Act 1955, a woman employee is protected after maternity leave if she is still absent from work due to illness related to pregnancy or confinement. This protection applies when the illness is certified by a registered medical practitioner. In this case, Normala had completed her 90 days of maternity leave. However, she was still not feeling well and was diagnosed by her doctor with postpartum psychosis. She was also given another 1 month of medical leave. This means her absence was not because of she refused to work, but because of serious medical condition related to childbirth. Therefore, her employer should not terminate her during this protected period. The company's production target or operational problem cannot be used as the main reason to remove her legal protection unless the employer can prove serious misconduct or another valid reason not related to her maternity leave condition. The termination may be considered unlawful and unfair. So, based on Section 42, Normala employer likely has no rights to terminate her services.
Besides Section 42, Normala is also protected under Section 41A of the Employment Act 1955. This section prohibits the employer from terminating a female employee because of pregnancy or an illness arising from pregnancy or childbirth. In this case, Normala was diagnosed with postpartum psychosis after giving birth. Section 41A also places the burden of proof on the employer to show that the dismissal was not related to her medical conditions. There is no evidence that Normala committed misconduct, breached her contract, or that the company was closing down. Therefore, the employer may not have a valid reason to terminate her employment. Based on Section 41A, the dismissal is likely to be considered unfair and unlawful.
Let's moving on to the last question. There are 3 social security benefits that are available for Normala. The first one is under the Employment Act 1955, where she is covered by maternity protection. She is permitted to commence maternity leave up to 30 days prior to her expected date of delivery. This protection remains applicable even if she requires additional medical leave following the maternity period. And importantly, the employers are legally prohibited from terminating her employment during pregnancy, maternity leave, or any period of illness arising from childbirth. The second one is SOCSO provides comprehensive benefits. These include sickness benefits, which compensate up to 80% of her salary during periods of work incapacity. She is also eligible for free medical treatment, psychiatric care, and rehabilitation services to facilitate recovery and enable her to resume employment effectively. And the last one is the Employment Insurance System. EIS offers supplementary support. Even in situation of unlawful termination, EIS provides assistance like job search allowances and structured skill training programs to enhance her employability and support re-employment.